Hola, soy Carlos Restrepo de Impulse São Paulo. Estamos aquí con una persona que le dio esperanza a 39 millones de personas alrededor del mundo. Él es Tim Brown. Hi, Tim.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome to Brazil.
Thank you.
Welcome to Impulse São Paulo.
Thank you.
Tim, tell me about the people that everybody call the Berlin Man. Who is Tim? Tell me about you.
Okay.
I want to know about you.
Okay. It was quite an experience to come out to the public as being the face of the Berlin patient. I had many media people wanting to do interviews with me, and then I met a lot of famous people in the United States and things like that, and it's been really nice.
So for you, was a great experience to be like a chosen one.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it to don't have the stigma that people come to you and you tell, oh, I'm HIV positive, and
Right.
you feel the reaction. What about now that you are already cured?
I feel that I can be treated like everyone else, and I think that people that do have HIV should also be treated like everyone else. I think that stigma is stupid, and I lived in Berlin the whole time I had HIV, and there wasn't really that much stigma there. And so when I moved back to the United States, I found that there was a lot more stigma there.
In the United States?
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of reaction, particularly from the Christian right, and although I went to a fundamentalist Protestant church in
the U.S.
Yeah, in Southern California, and they treated me very well. They treated me like family, and
you feel comfortable.
I felt comfortable, yeah. And my mother is a kind of a right-wing Christian, and
the red wing.
Yeah, right.
Or?
Yeah, she she's been very supportive of me. But she actually, when I told her I was HIV positive, her reaction was, well, she cried and things like that, and she didn't react that well. I mean, I think she thought in the back of her mind, okay, that's what you get when you're gay and you. Yeah.
Tell me about your gay life. How do you convert in activists? Because in your group, we are activists.
Yeah.
We fight for people that have HIV and the people that can fight about the stigma and the right about the medication. Tell me about these activists. What converts you in activism?
Okay. While I was HIV positive, I basically tried to forget I was positive. I took my medication and did well on it.
2 years, right?
For
before
11 years.
Before
11 years. Yeah, I was diagnosed in 1995. I felt comfortable telling my boss, and I was working at a cafe. I told my boss and all of my colleagues there, and they were very supportive. And I mean, I didn't go around the restaurant saying, hey, or the cafe saying, hey, I'm HIV positive, want a coffee?
Really?
I didn't do that, yeah.
Well, everybody would.
Right. I don't think the reaction would be as bad today as it may have been then. Because like in 95, there was only one medication available, AZT, and
yes,
people were actually, it was horrible medication.
For the body, right?
And people were actually dying from the medication itself. The doctor I first saw gave me a very small dose of AZT, and but then luckily the next year in 1996, protease inhibitors came out onto the market, and 1 year behind the United States, and I was able to take those, and then other medication. They moved from a dual combination to a combination treatment. The cocktail.
But you told in an interview that you were taking 40 pills per day?
Yeah,
really?
A lot of pills. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you had to take certain medications at certain times a day, and
one for the ice box.
And some of them you could take with food. Some of them you couldn't. You had to be like no food in your stomach, and so it was very, very complicated.
And now, how do you feel when you wake up and you don't have to take that
It's
pills?
very nice. Well, I take prep.
Oh, you take prep? Well, me too. Tell me, Tim, what is the most gay thing that you did in your life that you have fun?
I have a lot of sex.
Oh, okay,
I pretty much, I don't really have sex, my boyfriend and I don't have sex with each other, and we have an very open relationship, and both of us have sex with other guys.
In Berlin?
Yeah, no, in
the United States?
Yeah, in Palm Springs, yeah.
And that is the thing that you think that is the best fun in your life?
Yeah. Sex is very important for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I love sex.
And what do you think about sex life? Tell me one thing that you can tell to the young people about sex.
If you're negative, keep getting tested, and if you test positive, it's not the end of the world. Medication today is very good, and you can basically live a normal lifespan. There are very few complications from medication and very few complications from being positive. Even in your old age, you'll do very well. And if you're negative, you should get on prep, Truvada, and take it daily, because if I take it daily because taking it like when I think I'm going to have sex is too complicated for me, so I take it daily, and I do have sex pretty much every day.
I take it daily too because I feel safer.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Tell me one word to the people that is positive right now.
Hope.
Tell me one word.
Hope. Yeah. Hope is something I really don't understand myself completely, but I'm told that I give people hope. I give scientists hope because scientists working for an HIV cure. I don't think it's one cure that we're looking for. I think it has to be there has to be research, and there is in many different areas of trying to find a way to cure HIV. So important is that HIV is cured, and there are patients now that are getting similar treatments to mine, but as far as I know, their preparation for the stem cell treatment isn't as harsh as mine was. In my case, they had to wipe out my own immune system completely and replace it with the new stem cells. It was a hard process, and I got the stem cells, and I ended up having to have 2 transplants because the leukemia came back after about 9 months, and so I had to go in and get a second transplant, like about a year after the first one, and that one didn't go very well. I ended up becoming delirious, and I had a brain biopsy, and they told me that they were looking for leukemia in my brain, but of course they were looking for HIV because they had done this experiment on me, and they didn't want to. They wanted to find out if the experiment worked. In one of my reservoirs in my brain, the ARVs do not reach the blood or the brain because of the blood-brain barrier, and so they wanted to find out if I had HIV in my brain, and they didn't find any, and they didn't find leukemia. But the surgeons left an air bubble in my brain, and they took that out. I became more delirious, and they took out the air bubble, but just having it there for the short time has left me with balance problems. Like when I walk, people think I'm drunk. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't drink.
You learn to speak again.
Yeah,
and walk,
right.
But
right.
you already have a normal life, right?
Yeah. I'd say
after that.
I'd say my life is very normal now. I wake up and I have breakfast, and I can do things. I can.
You have dog, right?
Yeah.
And he walk with you?
No, actually, I have a cat now.
A cat?
Yeah, no dog.
No dog?
The dog actually wasn't mine. It was my roommate at the time had a dog, and
You only took for a photograph.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to the dog. It was let's see, that was 2010. So 9 years later, it could be dead. Yeah, for all I know. Yeah.
Well, you are alive and you are living a normal life
Right.
like
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
good.
Exactly. I think that speaking of PrEP, I think that anybody that is cured, they should go on PrEP just to make sure that they do not get it again. I am immune to HIV, so basically I cannot get it. But because I have so much sex, it's very important to me that there isn't any chance that I get
But you
it.
do the normal 3-month test for the
Yeah,
HIV,
yeah,
like for
right.
the PrEP.
Yeah,
right?
they take my blood and they check my viral load to make sure I'm still negative. Yeah, and that's
Each 3 months,
right.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like everybody.
And then they also give me STI tests, and I
For leukemia.
no STD tests, like sexually transmitted diseases.
The other ones.
To make sure I don't have syphilis, gonorrhea, or chlamydia.
I will tell you a word, and you tell me about what you think about that.
Okay.
Tell me about man.
Man. I love men.
Tell me a book.
Book.
A preference book. A favorite book.
My favorite author is an author named Noam Chomsky.
But about talking about politics, we right now in Brazil we are living a terrific.
Right. Yeah.
It's not a terrific, a terrible moment about politics and religion.
Yes.
So, do you think that these two factors can arise the HIV numbers?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I think that it's important to that kids are actually taught about sex and the ways to prevent pregnancy and diseases, and there's a problem here and then and also in the United States that parents do not want their children to know about sex and so therefore the women don't know what the result or the men don't know the result of having sex is, and that they go out and have it and they get pregnant or they get HIV or other diseases, and they don't know enough to know how to prevent that.
So for us to like a organization, what is your advice in order that we can introduce that in order that we can fight with that politic and religion factor, like Impulse, how we can introduce your advice?
As far as like in the United States, schools are basically organized by counties and then by the school districts themselves. And like where I live, it's Riverside County in California, and it's got the cities of Riverside, the cities around Palm Springs, and they each have their own school districts. And so, in order to go and talk to students, it's usually high school age students.
So do you mean that we can go to the universities and talk about this directly? Do you think that it will be good in order to prevent the rise?
I would say it needs to start before university level. It has to start
before
like
that, school.
It has to start like probably like 10 or so, because I think it's important, and I think that people should accept that sex is part of life, and that people are going to have sex no matter what, and
even the political president and the papa.
Exactly. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, we follow with the game.
Okay.
Tell me a word about happiness.
Okay. Happiness.
The mass factor happiness that you have in your life.
I would say I'm most happy if I know I'm going somewhere. When I was living in Berlin, I would get bored working every day, but then if I had a vacation planned, I would be happy. And I'm always upset when the vacation's over.
With the education over, that is the sadness.
Right, yeah.
The sadness point.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So tell me about Brazil. One word.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
You take caipirinhas or not?
I don't drink, so
Okay.
Caipirinhas were really big in Berlin when I lived there, and so I drank a lot in there.
Really?
Yeah.
And about the Brazilian man?
Hot.
Okay. So Tim, we finish our interview.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
Thank you for to be activists and take your word to the world and give hope to everybody of these 339 million people that see you like a hope. So thank you for.
Thank you. Can I say something?
Sure, you can.
My case is a proof of concept that HIV can be cured, and it's up to the very brilliant scientists working toward curing HIV to come up with a way to cure it for more people. I want everyone in the world to be able to be who has HIV to be able to become cured.
And we will. A cura, exemplo de cura para as pessoas que están en estado de HIV, tienen esperanza que a cura está por vir y mi corazón vio.